let's do the Marc Guehi stuff. I'll be honest, look, without going into too much detail on it, a lot of heavy stuff happened in my life over the last week. So when that broke, I couldn't be asked to go on Twitter and talk about it because I couldn't be asked with the replies and all that kind of stuff. And it obviously moved on a little bit since. When I saw £20 million, I thought, what the fuck have we done here? Like, all being the drip fed out again about opportunistic signings and we're all aligned in what we want.
Then did you see the wages?
And then I saw 300 grand a week and I went, well, Liverpool aren't paying 300 grand a week for Marc Guehi. It's not. So, and then for me, that ends it. But I know there'll be people go, well, it's not my money, spend it on whatever. And I go, yeah, cool. But like, that would make him our either second highest earner or joint second, I think, with Van Dijk. He's in that would be in that bracket, wouldn't it? On his first contract, I don't know. I was calmer about it, but I think you said it last week, Chloe, of like, it's fucking. My anger stems from last summer.
Yeah.
That's exactly
not so much now. This.
I was angry when I saw it, and I said it was a disaster because of the fact that you're not going to get an experienced Premier League footballer, a centre-half, a leader, a captain, English, all of these things for 35 mil, which is what you should have spent to get it over the line, or the 5 million extra that you should have spent to get it over the line in the summer. My anger was not the 20, well, look, if it was just 20 mil now, yeah, absolutely. My anger's not with the fact that we've not spent 300 grand a week on a lad, because I'm so sorry. Once I saw that, I was like, my God, like, he's had an absolute banger time there. Yeah. Like, how has he managed that? Yeah. 300 grand is world-class footballers. Marc Guehi's really good. Would like, him to be a centre-back pairing, but he's not world-class. He's not Van Dijk. So my anger was absolutely nothing towards the fact that Liverpool had let this slip. If it was just for 20 mil, yeah. My anger was the fact that, how the bloody hell have we not got this over the line in the summer? And now he's gone and made a rival, and one who's going to compete with us for the title for the next however many years. He's going to make them better. And that was what my anger was from. My anger wasn't from, we've not done anything, we've not put 300 grand on the table. It wasn't that. My anger was, if you'd have just spent 5 million more earlier on in the summer, he now wouldn't be playing for one of our rivals and making them closer to winning a league title.
That is the forever problem with Liverpool's transfer strategy, and it felt like it had changed this summer because we went and spent massive money in a way we've never done before, but the fundamentals remain the same and it's hard for us as fans, because I agree. I think Liverpool probably wanted Guehi and Semenyo in the summer. I mean, we know definitely Guehi. I think they probably wanted both of them, and I think in the Semenyo stuff, they probably just reached the line and went, there's only so much work we can do in one window. And I wonder whether they were quietly confident of, we might be able to go and get them later on in the season, or maybe it'll keep till the summer. But when Man City are in the hunt, that exists. That's a perpetual problem, because they can always outpay you on wages, and they're happy to do that because they don't give a fuck, let's be honest, and they never have done. And so that takes it off the table, and that's frustrating, because again, we're left in that situation where we don't know what the plan is, because we're not privy to it and we never have been. So it feels like a kick in the teeth. And I used the word negligence about the centre-half thing a couple of weeks ago, and it was a bit of hyperbole, to be honest. I regretted it after saying it, because I think it's over-dramatising things. But Chloe's not wrong. Again, we identified we needed a centre-half.
Yeah.
And if the decision is, we kept Gomez instead, well, that's not really worked out for us.
No.
So, yeah, there are some problems with how we've approached the transfer.
That's an understatement. And I'm not sure it was that hyperbolic to suggest it is negligence at this point, because I think you're an injury away from it being exactly that, to be honest. Because when you consider we felt like we wanted, required another centre-half in the shape of Marc Guehi in the summer, I agree with Chloe. I think we were trying to be too clever. Over 5 million quid, having spent a king's ransom already at that point. So what were we doing? Or was it an afterthought? Or maybe thought, shit, we've brought all these attackers in now, we need some help back there. Who knows what it was, but whatever it was, it didn't work out in our favour. I think Liverpool were quite confident we'd get it done, but clearly we just wanted it done in the summer. I think from Marc Guehi's point of view, obviously it is a brilliant move financially, and indeed, going to Man City, whatever we think of them. But City have avoided paying top dollar for a top footballer because 20 million quid is nothing. And also, Marc Guehi did miss out on probably 15 million quid in his own back pocket by just waiting till the summer anyway. So that 300 grand a week that he's on is only kind of compensation for that in a weird way as well. So,
well, I don't know. Let's see what his consultancy fee is for like doing soccer schools over, over in the Middle East, over the coming 6 months.
But to bring it back to Liverpool, like, we're in dire, desperate need because, again, we needed a centre-half in the summer. We've since lost Giovanni Leone, one of our few options.
You never know whether he, like, I hope he comes back.
What he comes back like? Yeah,
we just never know.
What are we doing?
Do you know what I did, right? I sort of took the 300 grand and went, all right, let's say he's a 200 grand a week footballer, which I think you can probably make a case for.
100%.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
That's like 5 point, if it's 100 grand a week for 52 weeks, that's like 5.2 million a year. He's being overpaid.
Yeah.
And then you think, well, what would his signing on fee be? Probably 5 million total. They might be looking at a 20, over 5.5 years, that's 25 mil extra you're paying for him on top of your 20 million. Like it is outrageous how much they've overpaid. Like absolutely scandalously outrageous.
Do you think? Can I suggest
25 million signing on fee?
£45 million for Marc Guehi.
That's the point. When you put it into perspective, it's only 45 overall, isn't it?
Yeah, but
that's a bargain.
Liverpool are going to spend over 45 million on a centre back.
On top of the other 200 grand a week that you're still paying him.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So
the 100 grand a week was the extra.
Right,
okay.
So you've paid him 25 million extra over the course of
the season. He's got more than 5 million for joining a club this summer, without a doubt.
But also, to be clear, that's his first contract.
Yeah.
What's his second contract look like?
I don't know.
You know, that's 300 grand a week. Where'd you go from there? Like, you know, so like, so we're saying that there's every chance City put him on 350 in a year's time or 2 years' time, just because that's what they can do, just to keep a player in their squad, which is and you know, how important is he going to be to that team, etc., etc. I agree. I think it's wild. Like that's just. Yeah, but it's City, isn't
it? But Liverpool can't compete with that. That's the problem is you can argue semantics on whether you think the contract's good. Yeah. Liverpool couldn't compete. No. So take yourself out the race. Mm-hmm. And that's what Liverpool have done. And also, I think, you know, I wanted Marc Guehi and I said in August or September, if Liverpool want him, they're going to have to buy him in January. And everyone's like, no, he'll wait till the summer. Fucking wrong.
No, never.
Sorry, wrong.
Yeah, I agree. It's never going to happen.
There was always going to be big, I mean, you know,
we're a team in crisis.
But what City have just done, it's the Neymar thing, where if once again, and they've been doing this for years in their own way, it distorts the market because at that wage, no one should have come and got him in January. You know, if that was the going wage for him, no one was getting Guehi because he's not worth that. There's no defender on earth who's worth that really, because the value that you get from it. You're talking about a true. Again, I don't think Van Dijk's on that much money.
A fucking £1 million a month more than for him. That's what you're paying him.
I don't. By the way, I think he's on a ridiculous wage, absolutely ridiculous. But it makes me go, what if? Because we must have had a decent agreement. Like he was in a Liverpool training kit. He must have been on an all right wage for us back then.
He could legitimately have been on at Liverpool somewhere between 100 and 200. You know,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly that.
Sorry, what is he worth? In value-wise?
Probably about 60,
70 million. So there's 50 million spare there, City will leave it as left on the table. So they're paying him in wages. So he's saying what happened in the
what
summer.
He's worth, no, but it's worth relative, you know.
I honestly think you've got to be able to walk away from a fucking deal when it gets too much for you. And Liverpool,
I'm not even sure they walked away. I think Liverpool might have even been in the race, and City went, yeah, lad, 300 there, and he went.
That's them walking away though as well, isn't it? You come in and you go, what's he earning? 300, and you go, well, I can't afford that. So
it's poker terms. City go all in, and you go, well, I haven't got the hand or the chips to fucking deal with this.
So Liverpool are looking at it and going, fucking hell, for that money, can we find someone better? That's what you hope Liverpool are doing.
And they have to, and ultimately,
I'm not sure if they will.
I think that
the rumours are that Liverpool are in for Bastoni already. Straight off the bat.
Bastoni.
Straight off the bat.
What won't happen.
That
Liverpool signed Bastoni.
Italians.
The point is,
don't believe
but the thing is, there are. I think there are a number of defenders who are at Guehi level.
Who?
I what I mean is he's not. What I'm saying is I don't think he's so good. Yeah, exactly. That's not. You're not missing the next.
I know what you're saying.
No,
like I mentioned, I don't actually think I'm not angry at Liverpool not getting him for the wages that he's on. I'm really not arsed because I saw that wage and I went, well, I can totally understand why he's not in a Liverpool shirt.
30 goals a season.
What I can't understand is like, just like, if you'd have paid 5 million extra just a little bit earlier on. And my reaction was that. My reaction, when I said disaster, I meant disaster as in like, oh my God, Liverpool could have got this deal done for 5 million more than what they'd wanted, but they'd have been able to give the lads, obviously, a fee and a wage that we were all happy with. He's English. He's got all the experience. He could have came in and helped us for this season. And my main point about the disaster thing is that he was in a Liverpool training kit and now he's going to be starting for Manchester City and making them better for the next 5 to 6 years. And that is my only problem with it. It wasn't a problem with the fact that he's gone to them, seeing his wages and all that. Absolutely not. It was the fact that it's the what if. Like, what if you'd have just put 5 million down a little bit earlier, Liverpool? You could have had this all sorted.
To finish up on that, though, your point as well, though, Chris, is that for as much as we can do the math of like, oh, actually, it all adds up the same as you would have paid between transfer fee and signing on fee, you know, blah, blah, blah. You've got a 300 grand a week player on your books, and that changes everything. You know, there's a world of difference between you would much rather ultimately pay 50 million and be on 100 and have a player on 150 grand a week than pay 20 million and have one on 300 grand a week.
Because he has been announced.
Okay, there you go. Cool.
And then less than 300 grand a week as well, just to shoot down everything we've just spoken about for the past.
How much?
200.
Oh, well, that makes me feel not as great.
News that was on there.
Yeah,
we'll see.
There's Liverpool do this with players and signings all the time. You tell them that number, we want this number put out. Ultimately, Guehi makes Man City better, and we missed out on him. Yeah, that's what it comes down to, isn't it?
That was a clip from the Biased Football podcast. To check out the whole show, simply download the brand new Redmen Plus app or click the link in the description.